Hi guys, and a very warm welcome to you all here at my YouTube channel. This is a new adventure for me, so please be a little bit gentle in the comments below, but I would love to hear from you any thoughts on the video or anything like that. I'm going to start a new series called Bridge to Gantry, which is basically me taking a few cars out and just kind of trying to drive them around the Nordschleife. They're not going to be massively, they're not going to be massively quick laps. I'm just going to kind of cruise around and chat a little bit about the cars and kind of what gets me excited about them, what makes me think they're particularly cool, and what I'd love to share with you about them as we get on the brakes. So this car that I'm driving today is the Maserati 250F. This is one of the last and the latest of the front-engined Formula 1 cars. So from the 1950s, as you can just hear it, just spinning those really skinny back tyres up as we make our way over the Nordschleife start-finish straight. There's the exit from the GP circuit there on our left-hand side. And one of the things that I probably should have done, which I haven't done, I'm afraid, is to look up a track map of the Nordschleife. So I'm afraid I'm going to be a little bit rusty on the names of the corners, so you might get a lot of this right-hander and that left-hander and stuff like that. And I promise that I will stick a map up somewhere in my house where I'm recording. And as we make our way, this is going to be straight into the barriers. Luckily for me, damage is off. So like I say, the Maserati 250F. So we're just going to kind of make our way through it, and you can hear that V12 rumble as you get right down into the bottom of the rev range. So with the Maserati 250F, there's two engine choices in Assetto Corsa. There's the straight six option, but I thought, why the hell not? Let's have some fun and drive the V12 as we make our way down the hill, over the crest and down the hill towards Flug Flats for the first time. And this you're going to see this the back of the car as I understeer. Again, I'm actually locking the front brakes, so I need to be a little bit gentler with the brakes there. So like I say, this car comes with a straight six with about 220 horsepower, or the V12, which ups the power to 315 as we make our way through it. And one of the first things that's immediately apparent with this car is just how little grip and how little kind of control these cars have when you try and throw them into the corners. Obviously you can see at the front there those skinny tyres, and you can actually see this car is running positive camber as well. So basically the top of the wheel is pointed away from the chassis of the car. So the top of the wheel, basically the reason for that is to help the drivers. You can see that massive steering wheel right in front of me, and basically because these cars aren't running any kind of power steering or anything like that, obviously it being the 1950s, they needed as much help as possible to get the front wheels turned. As I understeer, you can see I need as much help as possible too. And we make our way through this little complex here. You can see it's really easy to hang the tail of this car out as we make our way past and up towards the Rebel Tree. And you can see, like I say, just how much I'm having to correct the car as I try and turn it into this left-hander and kind of get the car slowed down. Just kind of harness the fury for a minute or two, just whilst we try and make our way through. And again, there a big slide on the way out of the corner. That seems to be the typical way to get this car around corners, is basically to get the car pointed and basically just light the rear tyres up and let the car kind of almost four-wheel drift through the corners as we make our way through and onto, there we go, that's another spin. As right, we'll try and gather things back up again. There we go, and just put our foot down as we make our way around miss. Like I say, not a perfect lap. I'm not aiming for a massively quick lap. I'm just trying to get around. Ooh, as we lock the front brakes, and I desperately try and get the car slowed down. And like I said, the 250F, as I said earlier, one of the last and, in my opinion, one of the greatest front-engine Formula 1 cars. I mean, besides the soundtrack, which you can hear in the background, this car was driven by one Manuel Fangio and Sterling Moss in their kind of careers, which basically, in my opinion, is two of the greatest Formula 1 drivers ever to sit behind a steering wheel. And obviously, like I say, these cars described as a bathtub filled with fuel that are hurtling around the track. And actually, it's kind of apt that I'm driving this car around the Nordschleife of the Nürburgring, as I was going to say, this car actually won the 1957 German Grand Prix, driven by Fangio, and he actually, you see, dropped down to 48 seconds behind the lead car in this race. So he was 48 seconds behind, and in 22 laps, so that's 2.1 seconds a lap faster than every other car on track. That's averaging 2.1 seconds a lap faster. He managed to take the lead on the final lap from Mike Hawthorne, another name that you'll recognise for anybody that is interested in kind of classic Formula 1, as I probably should have changed down there. There we go, there's a light in the rear tyres up again. Sadly, the next year in 1958, these cars were completely outclassed by the advent of rear-engined or mid-rear engine. Oh, as we lock the wheels up again, I throw it sideways trying to get it through this corner. I probably should have been in second gear there. But again, like I say, I'm not trying to set a screaming lap. There's going to be videos for that sort of thing coming very, very soon. As we do we take the carousel? Yeah, let's take the carousel as we make our way the bumps through the carousel. So we enter the final sector of the lap now. So this final sector is actually one of my favourites, as it's kind of nice and fast and flowing, and you can really kind of throw the car around. If you're really committed, then you can gain an awful lot of time around here. Like I say, there are going to be some racing videos. Me and some friends of mine are going to be entering some endurance races, so I'm going to be streaming and things like that. But just to kind of wrap things up, this series, like I say, is called Bridge to Gantry, which means that I'm going to be taking cars on the kind of tourist and fun, what is the tourist layout of the Nürburgring in this series, and it can be anything. Like I say, I'd love to hear from you guys in the description. Oh, sorry, in the comments below, and hear what you've got to say, what you think I should do, what you think I should drive. If there's any cars, I am running on PC, so it is kind of relatively simple for me to try mods out as well. So if you've got any particularly favourite mod cars you'd love me to try and kind of hustle around the Nürburgring in my particularly mediocre driving style, then I'd love to hear about that too. Again, if you've got any tracks you think that I should try and throw this or any other car around, let me know. Let me kind of hear about it in the comments. I'll do my best to try and reply in the comments as much as I can. And as we just over the little crest there and just throw the car sideways once again, so a little flick to the right hand side and then catch the car as it tries to pendulum round on you. And you really do have to be on top of these cars. Again, a little and I wouldn't normally brake for that corner in this pretty much any other car. One idea I also had, which I don't know how anybody watching feels about this, especially the guys that play Assetto Corsa or kind of sim race in general, was to run a little bit of a leaderboard. So as I do these kind of videos of various cars, kind of talking about a little bit of the history of them, and what they what they mean to me, and what they what the history of them is maybe we can do something along the lines of running a little leaderboard, so people that are jumping on a Assetto Corsa can try out a tourist lap of your own, and kind of see how fast you can hustle these cars around this track. The point being that it's not a 2 or 3 minute lap, so kind of the reason that a lot of normal hot lapping sorry, I'm just going to stop a second and just let you enjoy the V12 as we make our way down the straight. I'm going to have to hit the brakes in a sec to go back into the pits, but there we go. So yeah, the reason that I dislike a lot of hot lap championships is it's very easy to just throw the car around on a very kind of unstable but very quick tune, and there's no consistency to it. Whereas with the Nürburgring, because it's a 9 minute lap, essentially, there you go, that's a 9:39 lap, which I think I've done about 10 seconds quicker than that in this car. I'm just going to park the car up quickly, as we just clout the barrier on the way through. So that's the up paddle, Chris. I quite like the idea of running something on the Nürburgring where you can kind of try and develop a little bit of consistency. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed that lap of the Nürburgring in this Maserati 250F. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and also join my Discord community that I'm going to kind of pop the link in the description below, and we can have a bit of a chat about the Maserati and any other cars that you want to. Don't forget to comment as well, and we'll see you next time.